Hello everyone, how are y'all doing today? I hope fabulous. I am here with my beautiful friend Miranda, and we're here at Foley Brunch and Supper Club, about to enjoy some breakfast and lunch.
Yes.
And I already had a mimosa too. It was $3, and I had to. It's like, if you have a $3 mimosa, like, you kind of have to. Anyway, those are the rules. I don't make them. So anyway, Miranda's going to talk to us about insurance because I'm coming from up north from Indiana and moving down here. Insurance is completely different. The whole insurance game is so crazy down here. And to kind of help you understand more about insurance, Miranda is going to tell you all about it. So what are the biggest misconceptions you have that you find?
So I think that just educating people on, everyone's budget and what they want is, it can, some people want to be at the beach. Some people want to be, closer to the beach, but not at the beach. Mm-hmm. Just schooling them on what it looks like to have insurance here. And I always say when people call me, is a home that's 07 and newer is better than an older home because of the codes and all of that. And also the best thing is to have fortified homes. That's always best.
So what they don't have it up north, and it's called gold fortified homes, or there's fortified homes. There's different stages of fortification. These have been tested to withstand up to 140, 160 mile per hour winds. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get any damage, but it's going to be significantly less versus not fortified. And there is a whole process to the gold fortification. It does save you money on insurance.
Yes. And during Sally, it did prove to stand up. Those homes that were fortified, they did better.
Well, yeah, I live in a gold fortified home, and we had some shingles that had been missing, and then we had some rain come in through the door, which can't help that. That was just how just that. And then our fence, and that was really it. But yeah, there is a huge difference. Gold fortified means that they have to, from the ground up.
Right.
So from the ground up, they have to build it a certain type of way, and they have to photograph it, they have to video it, and everything, and then there's a certification. You get a certification, and you got to renew it every 5 years, because if you don't, then your insurance prices will drop. Will increase instead of being the same. It'll increase significantly.
And also, if you were to go and sell that home and you've lost that fortification, a lot of people will not buy a home unless it's fortified. So
and down here we've made it a lot easier. There's a lot of a lot of the builders down here now are all doing gold fortified. That's just going to be the standard going forward. A lot more states are getting into the gold fortification. And then, there's also homes that are pre-gold fortified, before that was being a standard. There's a lot of homes that, it's called Strengthen Alabama homes, and they are a grant-based from the state, and they will help you, like, take a home, say, built in 05, and it's not fortified, the roof isn't fortified or anything, but there's a process that you go through, and they can help get your roof fortified. There's a lot more to it, and I'd be happy to explain it some other time. But we really just wanted to talk to Miranda about all the insurance, the changes in insurance, and what are some misconceptions and things that people can think of.
So, flood insurance. I always tell everyone, if you are going to have a home here, at least for the first year, get flood coverage. We had more homes during Hurricane Sally that had flooded. They had never flooded before. And so, they're in an X-flood zone, and it's just something that everyone needs, especially for the first year, just to get to know the home, get to know the residents that live around the home, and talk to them about how the home withstood during Hurricane Sally and all.
Yeah.
Flood insurance is rising water. meaning it doesn't have anything to do with the wind ripping off your roof and dumping water. It's rising water, has to come in through, say, your front door, your windows, that kind of thing. So flood insurance is definitely something that everyone really needs. And also, another thing that I like to talk about is if you're buying a home and say that you're going to make it your secondary home, but you're going to live up north and you're going to let your older children come down here or friends come down here and stay, it really needs to be a rental property. Because if you're not there while they're staying there, even though no money is changing hands, it still needs to be a rental, because if something were to happen, coverage could be denied. So
yeah, so definitely make sure that you're protected. And these are things that, again, I'm from Indiana, so up north, those aren't the things that we have, that we even have issues to worry about. But down here, it's a whole completely different ball game.
Absolutely.
What else can you do? Is there any recommendations you can, tell people, say, hey, to find out if your policy is right for you, what can they do?
I like to go over everything. Look at what they're wanting in a home, the location, if they're going to have children, if they're going to put a pool in, if they're going to have dogs, what kind of dogs are they going to have? Lots of different things. I want to get to know the client. I want to go over everything. I want to explain all of the coverages, make sure that you understand every coverage, and that it's curtailed around your needs as the client. It's not a one and done for everybody. I try to make it very customizable.
And so if your realtor's not guiding you to a good insurance agent, and if your insurance agent is not breaking down the policy, because we know, it confuses me. And I was a nurse for 26 years. I could hook up an IV, I could do, trachs, all of that, but figuring out like what insurance do I need, what do I not need? And that is the biggest thing, because insurance has definitely changed throughout the course of years. And it doesn't matter whether you're, along the coast or if you're up north, insurance prices have increased. And, knowing what you need and being, knowing the correct kind of stuff you need, I think it's just like so beneficial. And I really do feel like we get a leg up down here because we do have the fortified homes, I'm telling you, I've seen it makes literally a couple of $1,000s difference,
yes,
which is huge. And if you don't have to pay for it, then that's, why. Is there anything else that you could think of?
Also, the whole Fortified, making sure that if you decide to add on to that home, if it's a gold fortified home, or put even a doggy door in, you need to make sure that whoever the contractor is that's doing the work, that they understand that it is a fortified home, because there are different guidelines that the contractors need to go by to keep that fortification protected.
Right. And that's another crazy thing too, because we've had subdivisions and people in subdivisions where they decided to change out the front door, and they're no longer gold fortified because they changed it out to the wrong type of door, the wrong everything. So again, having a really good insurance agent that can instruct you on things like that is so super uber important. And can save you tons of money too, even if your home's not fortified.
Absolutely.
Or even if it's a condo or whatever. She knows exactly what you need to make sure that your investment is protected, because ideally, a lot of people want to move down here to the beach, so their goal is to buy an investment property.
Yeah.
And having the smart insurance agent, they can help you make sure that you have it. Also having a really good realtor helps.
That's
too.
right.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
And we have the food coming too. So anyway, we want to say, is there any last minute things you want to share or anything?
Shop your insurance yearly, and if you're not with an agent who does that for you, complimentary, make sure that you get with an agent who does that, just because things change. People put a pool in, or they change their home in some way or fashion, and they forget to tell their agent. So we call you yearly, we go over everything, ask if you've had any new pets or anything changed or whatever, and we go over all of that with you. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, y'all have a good day. We're going to eat because I've got some bacon and some good stuff coming, and she's got some. Ooh, that looks really, really good. Anyway, if you're needing something to eat, Foley Brunch and Supper Club. And if you need some insurance, call my girl Miranda. I'm going to have all the information for about how to reach out to her. And we will see you the next time on another episode. Peace out.
Bye.